Cost versus quality. Who knew? It's a thing. What's up, guys? Quinn here, and welcome to episode 7 of this karate podcast. Today, we are going to be covering a topic near and dear to my heart, sparring gear. That's right, the stuff that you put on your body to keep you from hurting other people. Gloves, helmets, foot protectors, chest protectors, mouthpiece, cup, the whole works. We're going to talk about it. And what I think you should buy, as always though, take this with a grain of salt, because the way I train and my students train might not be the same way that you train and your students train, or your teacher teaches, or whatever. When in doubt, ask your teacher, students. But let's start by talking about the different types of gear you'll get. So when it comes to at least the helmet, the gloves, the feet, you get like this, most commonly, this type of stuff, this foam injected nonsense. Now, the foam injected stuff, it's good because it's cheap. It's affordable. Each set of these like gloves individually, or the feet or the helmet, usually is like $15 a pop. So pretty cost effective. But that's about where the benefit ends. The foam injected stuff will break down easy. The bits will tear. You'll get, especially on the feet, you'll get all this deterioration on the bottom. So like this, where the plastic will separate from the foam. This type of gear, it's sweaty as well. Even like on the helmets especially, like you'll just be drenched, like all over up here, covered in sweat, wearing one of these things. Like, yeah, there's like these holes in the top and on the sides. They don't do anything. So if you're wearing the foam injected stuff, prepare to get sweaty as heck. That being said, they do the job. So cost versus quality. Who knew? It's a thing. But that's all I'm going to talk about, the foam injected stuff. There's just so many other better options that I don't really want to cover those again. Foam injected. All right. Let's look at gloves. Just the gloves specifically. Probably one of the most important parts of your protective gear you're going to have. So, what this is, again, if you're looking at the cost-effective side of things, these are gel-infused bag gloves. Now, these aren't as padded. So if you're going full contact and you're like a bigger dude, you still got to be careful. Probably ask your sensei, your teacher, whoever, if these are all right. But full retail price on these, I think, is like $15 or so. I got like 5 or 6 sets of these for my students, and they were just loaner sets because they work and they were cheap. Machine washable, huge bonus. You got to get things that are machine washable because you don't want your gear smelling like a gym bag, okay? It'll last longer if you take good care of it. Like I said earlier, not as much padding here as I would like, but it is still effective. I've used these for years as loaner sets. They're great. Something else I like about these, okay, the palm is open here. You got a nice little bit of elastic to keep this tight so you don't get lateral travel here on the top of the glove. This doesn't turn. Same thing with the thumb sleeve here. That thumb sleeve keeps the glove from sliding around. And you have pretty much full dexterity of the thumb. Yeah, total full dexterity of the thumb, and individual and full dexterity with the fingers. Something you don't see on the foam gloves. Foam gloves, put your thumb in here. You put your fingers through like these nasty things. By the way, these always tear off. Just another downside of the foam injected stuff. But you don't have dexterity with the foam injected things. So if you are doing what I think real karate sparring should be, with strikes and grappling, you got to be able to grab people. This movement is important. So, dexterity, cost effective, machine washable, gel infused bag gloves. I like them. Again, ask your teacher though, because some people won't be a fan of the lack of huge amounts of padding here. If that's the case, we go a step up. Now, these guys here are actual MMA gloves. And these are going to be more expensive. A nice set of these, you're looking at 25 to 30, 40 bucks, depending on the brand you get. But they are very effective at what they're designed for, which is hitting people safely. Okay, nice and sturdy around the wrist. Almost too much so on this particular set because I don't have a lot of movement either this direction or that direction. It does have this strap going across here, but I find that's not quite enough to keep this from traveling. So this here, can you see that? Yeah, a bunch of just lateral movement here, which is usually fine. But if you do get in a situation like where you're grabbing onto their arm or something and they turn this direction, they can push that down uncomfortably. Okay. So if you're going to buy bad gloves, not bad gloves, if you're going to buy sparring gloves, MMA gloves, try to find some that have a sleeve, like this set here. Now, one other thing too is these gloves are probably like 3 years old and they've been used a decent amount. This is a borrow set for my students. So they weren't dedicated to any one person. So that maybe they didn't get broken in as much as they could have been, but these are really, really stiff. Like if you want to hold a fist here, you actually got to fatigue the muscles in your arm, okay? So if you're going to buy gloves, make sure they fit really well and make sure they have the dexterity, which is why these are my daily drivers. This is what I like. I think these are like the perfect gloves. Okay. They got padding here. They got a decent amount of padding on the knuckles. Okay. They got this bit here, the strap around the bottom, holds the glove in place very securely. There's a big fat piece of Velcro here. I still got lots of movement here and here, this direction. Full dexterity. A little bit less dexterity with the thumb, with the strap here. But if I'm holding a fist here, or if I'm holding like that, if I'm holding onto something, that strap keeps this from traveling, which is something I really like. So if you're going to buy gloves, I'd recommend actually going to like a sporting goods store and not like just Amazon, and trying them on, making sure that they fit well, they don't have a lot of travel in there, and buy them locally. Support your local retailers. Okay, so that's gloves for you. I did not cover boxing gloves because boxing gloves, A, I don't even own a set, and B, I don't think that they really serve the purpose of what karate sparring should be. And that's with grappling. Like, you got this big fat glove on, it's like that big. You don't have any dexterity. You can't grab on it. You get the idea. Same thing with like the WKF karate glove that like just goes like here. Same problems. Too much lateral shift and whatever. Falls off easy. So that's gloves for you. As far as feet go, the foam feet are fine. The only thing I don't like about the feet are, besides the fact that these kind of fall apart easy, is this gap here. Because your toes will go around here, and this stupid flap here gets caught between your toes. So I'd recommend getting a decent set. The Century makes a set of foam injected boots that are probably 3 times expensive as the normal ones, but they are closed off here, and they feel a lot nicer. But you can also get just like a set of like Muay Thai foot pads that come with like the shin guard as well. And those I find with like the elastic on the bottom tend to hold up a little bit better than this. So there's your options for feet. There's not a lot out there. Tapped my mic, sorry. While we're talking about feet, I also have somewhere packed a set of these Taekwondo foot pads. It's like, like those toe shoes. It's like those, but it's like padded on the top, and they work well, but they didn't cover your toenails. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. Let's just make sure that your feet pads cover your toenails. Okay. Let's talk about the next thing. Helmets. All right, we covered this guy briefly. Foam injected. I'm done there. But how about this? What this is a Everlast boxing or kickboxing helmet. Machine washable. It's got this really nice fabric on the inside that breathes really well. It is adjustable. So it adjusts across the back this direction and across the top this direction, going over here. Does not have padding on the top, but it does have padding here and here. And these bits here will hug your face pretty good like that. I would put this on, but this is actually a youth size, so it doesn't quite fit me. Wow. There is one more helmet. If you got somebody who is new, or if you're new, you're worried about getting hit in the face, you might consider something like this. What this is a... what is this? This is a helmet made for weapon sparring. This face cage here is actually really, really solid. There's padding on the sides and on the top. It's got a padded and reinforced bit on the top. I think that's for the weapon sparring, at least. That's in case somebody, clunks you on the head. Benefits here. Protective. Cons. This is the most expensive of any of the helmets. Like the foam injected nonsense, that's like 15, 20 bucks maybe. This guy here is like 25, 30 bucks. This guy cost me $79. So, not cheap. On top of that, this is not stretchy in the slightest. There is a little bit of adjustment in the back. A little bit. But it goes on like this direction, okay? Meaning that anywhere that would be uncomfortable around your face is all locked in. This is one solid plastic piece in the front. So make sure you measure your head this direction and measure your noggin this direction, and check the sizing chart. Make sure that you get the right size. And on top of that, make sure you understand the return policy of the website you buy it from, because you might have to exchange it. It works. It's effective. Would I recommend this for everybody? No. Just to people who are worried about getting hit in the face. Okay. So that covers what I would consider to be like our standard gear. Let's talk about chest protectors. You got a couple of different types of chest protectors out there. You got like the Taekwondo one, where you got like the dots on it. You also have like a gel infused thing here. Chest protectors are kind of a weird area for karate, because yes, they'll protect your your ribs and your chest and your stomach if you're standing up, but then if you're doing grappling, if you get thrown to the ground, it's a hassle, right? Because you get to this point where you're like, okay, hold on, let me take this thing off, time out, let me take this thing off, and then you continue, because you can't really like grapple, roll around, wrestle, whatever, with this big thing on your chest. Same thing with the helmets though too. You can't very well do the grappling with the helmet on. You almost have to say, hey, pause, let me take this off for a second. If you're a bigger guy, just don't even bother with the chest protector, okay? I would really only recommend it if you were like a really slender person and you're worried about your bones in your body getting like, ribs broken or something. Or, if you're a female and you got like a chest that's sensitive, it might help that there as well. On top of that, the only items really left are a mouth guard and a cup. And the only thing I have to say about that is use them. I don't know what it is with people that, like, you go into class, you know that you're hitting people and they're going to be trying to hit you. Why would you not want to protect that? And why would you not want to protect these? Like, teeth are expensive and your junk is sensitive. Like, just wear them, okay? I think that's it. I think we covered everything. Let me know if you guys have any other thoughts. If I missed something or whatever. Until next time, though. Sayonara.